Hello everyone, I wanted to do a video showing the process of me creating my latest layout. However, it did not record. But there is some things I wanted to share with you that I thought might help you when you do your scrapbooking, and I will show you the layout that I created. It is a layout of Paul Bunyan, based on a memory that I have as a child growing up. And the photos that I'm using, actually I took offline because I didn't actually have photos of the place when I went to visit it, but nevertheless it was a memory for me, and it somehow stuck with me and kind of meant a lot to me. Now when I created this layout, I had seen this image on the Close to My Heart Cricut cartridge of timber. And I automatically thought, wow, that looks like Paul Bunyan. And I thought, I know I can do a layout with that. So I did cut out the image of Paul Bunyan. And I did change the shirt to a plaid shirt. And I wanted to have his hat match his shirt. And here in Canada, we call it a toque. So I wanted to change his toque. And then, of course, I wanted to have Babe, which was his big blue ox, and so I cut out the image from the Cricut cartridge. Well, I guess now we call it images, it's not really a cartridge anymore. The Cricut images of Old West. Now, Old West had this ox, or bull, that was just a single layer, except for his horns. And it doesn't have a shadow layer. And if you enlarge a Cricut image, it doesn't give you actually a shadow layer. It just gives you a bigger image, which is not going to outline it properly. So this is my little secret of how I did this, because a lot of the images didn't have a shadow layer, yet I had a shadow layer on Paul, and I wanted to have all of the things have a shadow layer because it makes it pop off the page. So what I did was I took a black marker, and I'm just going to grab one here. Oh, that's not a black marker, that's a Versamark. I'll just grab a Sharpie. You could just use whatever marker that you want. So what I did was I traced around it. I was definitely using a thicker marker to do it, but I'm just kind of showing you that I did do that. But I also wanted to take this little one as well, because as you can see right here, or maybe you can't, but I can, that it didn't quite get under it as much as I wanted to get. So I got a little bit of the background showing. But this is a good way of saving on your black cardstock and still getting that effect of it popping up off the page. So anyways, I'm just going to kind of go over a few of the elements of this page. I absolutely love this layout. I am just so happy of how it turned out. And I used the Close to My Heart's Timber Collection paper pack, as well as the Close to My Heart's Cricut Timber Collection. And as I said, that Babe the Blue Ox is also made from a Cricut collection, but it is Old West, along with the lettering and the frames, and this one here, the rope frame, as well as the stagecoach. And here we have also another frame, and I had the skull as well. And I also used the Old West lettering to do this with a Cricut marker. Okay, so I'm going to start showing you the different elements that and what I used to do it. So I might as well start with this, the first page. I used the silver foil paper to do the axe, see, as well as this axe, and then I did it for the nails in each one. Now I also used the timber to do the evergreen trees. And another little thing that I did, which it saved on paper, was that I only printed the green cardstock and I didn't do the second layer of the background with wood. What I did was I just used some scraps from when I cut out things and just adhered them to the green, so that's saved as well on the cardstock. And as you can see, I also outlined it with marker. And then I used my sponge. Now this doesn't have the right color on, but I used my sponge, quartered it, and I inked it to give the trees a little bit more texture look to them. As well as when I did the stump and the logs, I used my sponge to give it a little bit more of a shading. Here I outlined the zip strip that I used along both edges at the far left and far right. And I used the wood grain pattern paper to do the frame and the lettering. I used the green evergreen for the background hills, and this is obvious of what pattern paper I used in the background with all the images. Now I used a white Uniball pen and decided that I would draw in the outline of his boot tread and his laces, because I wanted to have it instead of the brown boot that had cut out. I did cut it out, but I didn't care for it, so I wanted something different. And again, I used the silver foil paper to do the axe. Here, as I've already told you, I've done the lettering here, and you can see I did the nails again. And I wrote the story about how I went. And then I used the back of it to do that, of the green paper, of the green patterned evergreen paper. So this I plan on putting in a flip flap that adjoins two that will close on here and flip open to look at. So I think that's all that I have to tell you. Oh, I also did the sponging on the background of I believe it's French vanilla cardstock that I used in the background, and then I sponged it with the espresso ink. So I will also have in this video how I created the toque so that it was going to match his shirt rather than matching his pants. And I'll go through that process and you can take a look at how that's done. All the supplies used in the video are close to my heart products that can be purchased using the link in the description box. If you wish to purchase the Cricut images, you can do so by going to the same link, create a Close to My Heart account, and scroll to the bottom of my Close to My Heart webpage. Then click on the Cricut icon to be able to purchase the exclusive Close to My Heart Cricut images in your Cricut account. Here are a couple of previous videos I've done that you may like to visit. Thank you for spending time with me. If you like this video, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe to see more of my videos. If you wish to be notified when I release new videos, be sure to ring the bell beside the subscribe button. Remember, keep memories, celebrate life.